Let's have a conversation on getting an insecure man out of your home. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling women and men who have experienced abuse as well as those who have been perpetrators of abuse and violent crime. I wanted to respond to this lovely commenter here who comments quite a bit. Thank you. She says, it took me an entire year to get a man out of my home. It is so easy to get them in, but it's so hard to get them out. And I wanted to do a video about this because I agree with you so much. And I don't think people understand the seriousness of moving someone in your home who is insecure. Because, I've gotten so many, messages about insecure men and all this kind of stuff. And I'll maybe do some extra ones because other people have been asking me, what about, men who just got out of prison, who've been down for, pretty much most of their life. So, but one of the things I will tell you is, and one of the things that I will advise any woman is, do not ever move a man into your home. No one is going, and you guys have seen my videos about, just allowing people in your home in general, but, especially if it's a man who's insecure, a man who's unemployed, all of those kinds of things. Do not ever move anybody like that into your home. I cannot stress this enough, how dangerous that is, and how the litany of problems you will have for trying to help someone and move them into your home. Because she's right, is when you get them in there and they start getting mail at your house and stuff like that, it is so hard to get them out mentally, physically, and then, they also, legally, it could be difficult to get them out too, because once they've been there for so long, depending on where you live, they legally are considered to be a tenant or, a cohabiter or whatever. So now you may have to go through the court and the sheriff and all of that to have them legally evicted and spend all that time, energy, and money trying to get someone out. And guess what? If you do have to go that route of like legal eviction, guess what they're going to do? They're going to mess up your stuff, because now they're so upset, they're frustrated that you put your foot down. They've got nothing to lose, and they don't give a damn about you or this house anyway, because once you take the nipple away from the baby's mouth, guess what? That baby's gonna, they're gonna act out. And so they're gonna trash your home. They may even become physically aggressive. I would not do it. Not only that, but people like this can escalate when you see that when they see that you're serious about putting them out or getting them out of there. Let's say you want to, throw their stuff at the door, pack up their suitcase and get them going. People like this will put you in jail. People like this will pull a weapon on you. People like this will have someone come over to your house and they'll set you up for a robbery. And I'm not even joking about this stuff. I can't tell you how many horror stories that I've heard from people. People will steal, from your safe, your money, your stuff like that, all because you were a well-intentioned, well-meaning woman. Even, unfortunately, even arson. So they will burn your place down to the ground, you never know what's going through someone's head when you're trying to get them out. So my advice is, if you need to get someone out, you don't know, have the police do a civil standby and escort this person right on out the door. But don't be surprised if they put their arms and their legs and things out and they step in the doorway and say, I ain't going no damn where, and once they kind of get like that with it and they become aggressive with it, trust you're in for a fight for your life. So my hat goes off to anybody like that. They will also try to agitate you and get you riled up so that you can get into trouble. So, these are the types of people that want you to go to jail. They want you to do something. That way you're forever indebted to them, and they could really take you down and screw things over for you. But yeah, so they'll trash your house, trash your garage, kick in your door, so, and punch holes in the walls and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So be careful with that. Never, ever, ever, not even a brother, not even a dad, not even an uncle, because I know I'm going to get questions. What about my son? Nope, not him either. If you have a family compound and that's your thing, I'm not opposed to that. But if you guys don't have that and you have a person that's unambitious, not working and wants to be taken care of, that's a totally different ball game. Once they become of age, they're not in college or anything like that. They're not working. They're not doing anything productive. They have no goals. They have no ambitions. They have no they're not interested in credit. They're not interested in paying bills. They're not interested in any sort of responsibility. No, ma'am. I would not let anybody like that live in my home. Son, brother, cousin, whoever, insert title in the sentence, because at least one person will ask me in my DMs or on this post, what about so-and-so? No, not him either. So I want to be clear about that. So I hope that helps, but be careful with this kind of stuff. The things that you value, you need to keep really close to you and sacred to you, and that definitely needs to be your home. So be careful who you allow in there, because unfortunately there's some people that don't respect when you tell them no, or respect you when you tell them the welcome mat has rolled up, and your time is up and I want you out of my life. They're not gonna respect that boundary there, and they're going to want to become aggressive, and they may want to put hands on you or get you into some stuff that's going to be really expensive, and it's going to be a detriment to your mental health. Hope that helps. Thanks so much. Bye.